Greetings, traveler.
All right, chat. Before we play our next game, as we always like to do, let's review a cool game that I've seen pass my feed. Here we go, chat. We got ourselves a Grapnel Sire game, which opens up some really cool possibilities for Slyders, because you can have a quest that says put X amount of cards in your hand or buy X amount of minions, and all of a sudden that's a whole lot easier for the Nathrius. He has Destroy and he has Attack, so unfortunately nothing that gives us huge benefit, but I suppose you can... No, that's not true. You can kill more stuff when people have more stuff on their board, and you can attack more often if you have more stuff on your board, so I'd say the anomaly still helps us complete our quest faster here. Yeah, generally speaking, the money is very good, so he's gonna go for the attack quest. He freezes here so that next turn he can buy the other demon and then just level. And then he has two big demons to hopefully attack a bunch of times with. As for the types, we have ourselves a Beast, Demon, Quillboar, Undead, and Naga lobby. Naga Demons automatically makes us think about the Fauna option. Beast means that we can just play regular old Moth with the Rylak to buff. Undead without Pirate, not that good. Want to get the Shipman to generate a lot of gold for your Weaver. And then what else do we have left? I suppose Quillboar with Naga, you can get a Sapper early, get a lot of spells there, and then that gives you like Felbor opportunities. Sapper also gives you a lot of spell power with the meditative spellcraft. Really something that was underrated for myself for a long time. Slyders here, choosing not to buy the apple, which also makes sense because we are going to power level as it is Grapnel. With Grapnel, it is almost always going to tier 4 on turn 4. Did the opponent not have Surf token on the board? Kind of weird. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's so good. Oh my god, dude. Gets a Rewinder with a damage coin in the shop when he has 2 Weavers on the board. Holy crap. Ridiculous. Isn't Carapace a better option than Weaver? Not really. There's no dragons and Carapace gets you killed. Carapace you have to really high roll, because with Weaver, I can put Weaver on my board, play some Tavern spells, and now my board is strong. With Carapace, I have to buy the Carapace, play the Carapace, be weak for a fight, and then get the Carapace. But also, I need to have a Titus on my board. But also, I need to have a Geist on my board. And you can see how there's a lot of conditions to be met. Whereas if you play Weaver, it's like, hey, I have a Weaver. I cast some spells. I'm strong. So yes, Carapace Dragons is a higher cap comp, but the odds that you get it together is much lower than a Weaver. So on average, I don't love the comp. It's only if I'm like, let's say I'm playing and I'm high rolling and I can get a Time Warp Geist and I have something to trigger it a bunch. So let's say I already have like Terra on hero power and I have a Titus on my board. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to take Carapace. Sorry, I'm just going to take Time Warp Geist and then I'm going to force Carapace. But I'm already strong and already have Titus and Terra on hero power and stuff, so I can just do it. Okay, so 4 on 4. So now we're staying on tier 4 for a little bit. Using the Chef to get some demons, maybe triple. Double Fellhorn, good tempo. It's a bit awkward, so I guess he's just going for the Spirit Drake here. Oh no, he's just discovering a 4. Rylak for money, yep. Double Fellhorn with a Rylak, so... I mean, that's tempo during the fight. It's a bit early to like set that up for Beetles, but he's just trying to get the maximum number of attacks off here so that he gets his quest complete. If he gets his quest complete, he'll get 5 extra gold and 5 oils. So then he'll be rich, which is wonderful. We do love money. Trying to be weak for the quests. Yes. This is a standard thing when you are doing pretty well for yourself and you need to attack a lot. You put your strong guys in the back. Now the opponent does have Giga Eternal Knights, which is a bit annoying. So he's just barely not going to complete it. That's a bit of an atypical board. Usually things don't have 20 damage on turn 5. So it's a bit frustrating to not get the money here, but it is what it is. We have Shop buff, maybe? Yeah. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yeah, that's a fun combo. So this is not something that's guaranteed to happen, but if you take the shop buff with the infinite shop, Felbat can actually eat the shop and then eat it again with like Drakkari or so. So taking those two together is kind of a fun little thing to do. It's also, it's not even for Felbat guaranteed, because you can do that with Felbor and you can do that with Urzel, and you don't have to roll the whole time, which is a huge benefit. So he's gonna end up taking the Macaw, but the Shadow Dancer is end of turn. So is he going to sell out of a Felhorn here to play Macaw to trigger the Rylak to get a bit stronger? Or is he saying, yeah, I don't really need to do that? Looks like we are in the, yeah, I don't need to do that camp right now. Interesting. I wonder why. I guess, did the opponent also level? So is it like he's confident he's going to win anyway? Or is he thinking, oh, I'm so weak, I'll never win anyway, so I don't have to waste my gold? I don't know, because we did lose last fight. Yeah, we are 0% to win, so maybe it is more the reasoning of, oh, I won't win anyway because I leveled. Therefore, I'm not going to waste the gold by selling my Felhorn. I guess the Felhorn is also a pair, and if he triples, he can already hit that Felbat, or, you know, what else could you get from 6 that you're happy with? I guess you might want to set up Fauna, right? So the demon dragon that gives you spell power, that's also a pretty good 6-drop. When I think about it, he's just gonna go 6 on 90. I love that, man. That just, like, he knows what he wants, right? It's like, well, I can make it. This is worth. So up he goes, and he finds his stuff, right? Look, this is, he doesn't waste any time. That's so beautiful to watch these games. I think you sell the Rylak, yeah, to try and still hit the triple here. Didn't fight it, unfortunately. What's the quest reward? Riches. So he gets 5 oils and he gets 5 gold for a one-time use. But he's already got, well, that's not honestly so bad here. Because normally that only eats one guy, right? But with the Drakkari, it's going to eat twice. And if you only have the rightmost buff, it's not that interesting to eat twice, but the shop is being buffed, you know, equally, right? Because he has the Shadow Dancer. He also now has the spell power, so he positions the spell power in front of the Shadow Dancer, so the Shadow Dancer casts a 3/3 buff and instead of a 2/2, and then the Enforcer is behind the Shadow Dancer, so it eats the buff chop. So it's kind of cool how that is set up. So it's plus 4/4, right? Because it's Drakkari. Oh, Felbat, that's so sad. The shop trolled a little bit, right? Because I think it only showed it. You thought Weaver is illegal, that it makes you lose automatically. You have to, so if you're talking about the Demon Weaver on his board instead of the Undead Weaver, if you're talking about the Demon Weaver here, it's one of those know when to play it kind of things. But yeah, you want to be careful. If you don't get any type of damage reduction, you do have to sell it. We win a very important fight here. We had 24% to lose, so we hit the good 75% odds, which now gives him extra damage cap. So I wonder if we're still interested in Fauna, because it is here, right? He also has another spell buff in the shop. Felbats. I guess with the Felbat, he's not interested in Fauna, I suppose, because it might be a little bit too tricky to fit that as well. Nope, totally not true. Okay, I guess it doesn't make sense. Why would you not want the Fauna, right? You're gonna buff the shop more. Probably just the shop buff, right? Ooh, no Amalgam to buff with Fauna. True. Oh, what? Never mind. I guess, can he fit it? He could have fit it, yeah. I think he could have fit it. He sold his damage reduction. I think he's selling his Weaver next turn. He's still gonna do it. Okay. Maybe he gets one next turn, that's true. Alright, so now he's trying to fit his positioning where he wants his Fauna definitely to trigger before the eats. I don't think we need this golden demon on his board, the Enforcer, for that long, but it's going to be a very good minion for quite a while. But for the ultimate cap, He's probably looking for eyes so he can golden the Shadow Dancer. That's going to be a big deal. He probably just wants golden Drakkari, but nom 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 nom. He wants more Felbat. He wants more spell power boost. So we're not going to be able to keep this Weaver on our board. We're very likely not going to be able to keep this demon, this 4-drop demon on our board as well. Let's say in like 4 or 5 turns. Now, the question is, do you want to run a Fauna in your final lineup, or do you just want more demons to eat more? I think you just... Ideally, you just hit more demon stuff, right? More spell power boost and more Felbat. But we'll see. Still early in the game. Shivara. Okay, that's insane. Okay. Weaver's got to go, because I don't think we want to keep taking damage for playing demons here. Urzel skipped, but that's because he's going for the Felbat line. That is so beautiful. Yeah, buy the panda to try and find eyes. It's gonna go for the money. Overconfidence. We are confident. No need to hedge, because he could get 1 gold here too. Okay, he just takes the lowest demon to get a... okay. Takes the lowest demon to not take more damage from the 4-drop. The percussionist. Yeah, he's just eyes, eyes, eyes. Give me eyes, give me eyes. Yep. Hamul, not bad either. Hamul, pretty bad. He can technically stay on the shop to buff it with Fauna, but... Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, so he reasons here that he does not really have the... Oh, why did you roll, bro? Just keep it in your hand. I know. Why roll? Because you always eat the shop anyway, and you just make yourself sad. This is one of the most heartbreaking things when you're playing Felbat comp. You can't freeze anything. It's like, golden Felbat. And it's gone. Confirmed Fauna not worth, yeah. It's a bit weird, right? To have a Drakkari, to have a Felfire, and to not want Fauna. But he's just going to want more demons on his board because it's just too good. Ah, this comp is so satisfying, chat. Look at this. You never get to do this. And then he hits a Shivara with this as well. Are you kidding me? That's so cool. I have not played this in months, right? It might be like 2 or 3 metas ago, maybe even a year. I don't know what the last time is that I played this. But I have not played Infinite Shop Felbat comp in a very, very long time. Who here has played this recently? Because it's got to be so much fun. Especially when he gets so lucky with a major time warp. And he also gets the Shivara. Because there's so many eats happening. The right demon is when a demon eats, this eats too. Well, it says whenever a minion gets consumed or eaten. Yeah, I think consumed. All right, we just want to triple. And we've got lots of money here because of the riches. All right, so we got another pair. So pair of Felbats, pair of Drakkaris, pair of Felfires. Eyes is also still a wonderful hit. We found the Felbat. That is wonderful. That means we can play our Felfire if we need to, which we do 1-2. You could also just hit more Felbat. That also works. Because you could technically have 4 Felbats on the board or something. Oh! And eyes. Yes, chat. Oh, it's happening. Dude, the evolve. That's so of course, man. That's so of course. That's why he's a professional, chat. Don't try that at home if you're not a professional. You're just gonna be disappointed, but he's got that good aim that like it's in his wrist, the flick of the wrist with the evolve. Just get a Felbat on the board. So the shop is being continuously refreshed because he has a minor time warp that says the shop always has 7 cards in it, I think. Something to that kind of text. So now he's got that golden Shadow Dancer. That means with a Drakkari, he's getting 4 staffs being cast end of turn. But he also has the Felfire, increasing the spell power of the staffs. And then, of course, the Felbats are just eating. And then this Shivara is just getting very big. I think we really want to sell this this fire enforcer thingy guy. I think I might just want to have 2 Felfires on the board, but then you might have to sell, because I think we just like wait until we have a Mutinous and then we just eat the 4-drop so that we can run higher level tech. French client is too strong. Like, quickly switch the language to French so you too can evolve into a Felbat. Overconfidence into the ghost feels very good. I think we're just passing on that, right? He's just quickly checking if there's maybe some scam and he needs a shield on a Shivara. Does he want it? Yeah, he's looking at it. He's like, well, I could eat it. He's thinking, do I just keep it the whole game? Okay, it looks like he's leaning towards keeping it the whole game. No, okay, decide. It's not an easy decision, right? That's for sure. He paused quite a bit on that. I think it's just more fun. That's why I would not do it, but Slyders, of course, you know, wanting to win, not just playing for fun. That's so sad. Gotta Hamul there. Oh, oh. Oh my god, chat. It's so good. I think you still have Mole Demon, right? Oh, he's rolling. Wow, really? I didn't mind Hamul Demon there. Trying to hit another bat. Because he had the money, right? He could have coined, sold Panda, and sold the 6-drop. Yeah. I don't know. It feels wrong, but it's like a minor difference, I guess. Oh my god, chat. Oh. 14-14, 14-14, 14-14, 14-14. Now we eat. Nom, 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 nom. Really hope that he finds Golden Drakkari and like 2 more Felbats. That would be the dream. Then we are truly large. Humongous. So if he didn't have the minor time warp to always have his shop full, I suppose he would have pushed for Fauna, because Felbat, you know, 1 Felbat would obviously be enough. So then he would have board space to run the Fauna instead. But the Drakkari with the golden Shadow Dancer is super, super fun. Because one of the big issues when you are playing regular Shadow Dancer... Oh, my man is in the top 3 and takes oil over the spell that reduces the health to 1. That's so amazing. that's my people, chat. Right, what was I saying? Yeah, the Shadow Dancer, normally it has a high risk of not dying when you are this big, and then you don't get your staffs on the death rattle. But because it's end of turn and you can pair it with Drakkari, it's really nice. Oh, there's another Felbat, chat. He's so close. 1 more Drakkari. Oh, yeah, buddy. Let's go. And that can be Felbat. It's such a streamer client, chat. All right. So he's going to go in with the AoE instead of the, like... He's not going to go for the greedy... Let me just fit a Fauna for 1 turn, even though he did oil this turn instead of the 1 HP, so clearly it's like disrespecting here. But just adding a demon to the board also makes this Shivara bigger, because it's 1 more demon that's eating. Tripling the Felbat is fewer stats. I mean, no, because it allows you to add more good stuff, right? How are you not goldening another Felbat here? That's crazy. Like, even if it's like maybe for 1 turn better, the fact that you have an extra board slot is so good. It means you could just play a Leroy on his board, for instance, right? And yeah. How many Felbats are in the pool? 7. So you could get 1 more. 1 more bat. 1 more bat. 22,000 on the Shivara, I think. Man, these are such satisfying games to watch. You thought it's 5 6-drops? It's 5 7-drops, 7 6-drops, 9 5-drops, 11 4-drops, 13 3-drops, 15 2-drops, 17 1-drops, I think. Drops down by 2 every time. Alright, so we are against Morchi in the finals, and it is a Naga board. So he's considering just taking the new Zhao to try and catch some scam, which seems fair. It's a 200 damage cleave. Excuse me. So I guess he's just rolling to see. So maybe just playing some token here for anti-scam. Gets the shield, that's nice. I don't think he's selling anything for that atrocity. I guess he wants to play the atrocity instead of the new Zhao, because the atrocity also gets large because it's a demon. He also just has this like big blaster that he can keep, right? He could sell Drakkari, but that would be incredibly sad. That would be the try-hard play to sell Drakkari, but it also would be illegal, I think. Crimes against the YouTube viewers. Crimes against the Twitch viewers. Don't touch that Drakkari. Okay, it's safe. It's safe. He's keeping it. It's very good. Nice. Let's go. Because you can argue that he's big enough and that he just needs to play around scam, and then he can sell Drakkari. But that's like, come on, man. How can you sell Drakkari with this board? I like that. What's his quest reward? Riches. Untold riches. 5 extra gold and 5 oils. Oh. Oh. Oh, it's so good, chat. Look at how much he's eating. It doesn't stop. Wrong positioning. Well, he cares more about winning the fight than to cast his shot buff before spell power, right? So he probably just wants to get a trade with his taunt before it maybe gets Leroy or something. That's like a fair way of doing that. Shady feeling every minion absorption. I mean, it's why I play this game, chat. Those are my favorite games for sure. All right, guys. GG's. That was Slyders. I will link you his video. Can you support a fellow Battlegrounds streamer?